what if you can create a beautiful, one-of-a-kind, handmade garden gift and give it out to your friends and family members? Olga Carmody with you today, master gardener from Connecticut. Hypertufa medium is very good for that. Very imperfect, very rustic looking. It can bring a lot of character from outside, inside the house, and it makes a perfect companion for our little succulent plants for inside of the home. And echeveria is a legendary house plant. It thrives on neglect. It doesn't need to have a lot of care, loves sun and dry conditions of the house, right? So echeveria performed very well in my house, created tons of babies, and now it's time to plant them away. And my hypertufa containers will be doing just that. For this project, you would need several ingredients, several things. The most important of them is this little plastic bag, which is very good to use in this project since our hypertufa containers are kind of free form and I can really manipulate it through this plastic bag. It's a supermarket bag. And since we are dealing with cement, please do wear your gloves. I like the skinny ones because I like to feel the medium in my hands. Of course, our beautiful plants, which are ready to be propagated. And if echeveria is happy in your home, if your home is dry and you're neglecting your plant enough, it will create plenty of beautiful little plants, which you can just snip and create another plant. Also, water is important to control how wet or how dry your hypertufa mix is. And I'm going to give you my favorite hypertufa mix under this video. I do like to have a little bit more of the cement in it when hypertufa container is going to go outside. But in this case, since my containers are going to be kept inside the house, the durability of that container is not really important. So I follow just standard hypertufa mix where there is more of perlite or vermiculite and peat moss than cement. You would need, of course, potting medium, right? And here I just took soil from the old container from outside and I refreshed it. I mixed a little bit of sand here and a little bit of soil, a little bit peat moss, and I'm going to make sure that it's wet, that my little baby plants are coming into the contact with the soil and they will be good to go. So this is what you need, plus a little working space. My cement gets stuck to the walls here, I don't care. I'm using this container only for my cement projects, aka hypertufa. So I'm going to use just a little bit of hypertufa and I'm going to do it a free form, like a little, I don't know, like a little very shallow container. And I want it to be kind of easygoing, no perfection there, right? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a tight ball with no air pockets in a simple plastic bag, right? Make it tight. Kind of, since this hypertufa is not going to have a container to rest in, I have to make tight walls with this medium. And I want to make sure that plastic is not getting in between hypertufa. I think it's holding its shape very well. It's going to look very unusual, but which handmade gifts are nice and perfect? Those are the gifts only which are mass-produced in the store where you go in, and there is one after another perfect. But this one is going to be a very unusual one. And since echeveria doesn't want to be watered a lot, I'm going to not worry about crevices in this little handmade container. All right, let it sit for a day like this and we will get back to it tomorrow. There is definitely a connection between the person who made the gift and the recipient. For example, look at this. My son made this gift and Mom, received it. Everybody knows Mom is big into roses, so here we are. And you know what? Through 2 years, the grain of the wood became more pronounced, so the picture of roses is not there very well. You can't see it really very well, but I'm going to cherish this gift. My kids are not into roses and not so much into gardening, although they love to be in beautiful space, right? But my son knew that mom loves roses and he made it for me. How lovely and special. And through the years, I look at this picture and I think, oh, I'm being loved, I'm being appreciated. So that's the beauty of handmade gifts. Through the years, when I was receiving those, I was a recipient of the gifts, and they didn't have to be handmade. They had to be just an extra effort there to buy me a book I like, or to know what I'm interested in and give me that certain special thing. So my gifts are going to have a special tag, my plants in hypertufa containers, and I will write at the back, I will write the care for those little echeveria plants. Not many folks know how to take care of the succulents, although they're so easy, right? And on the front, I will write something like, let our friendship grow as this little plant, or something. Make it nice and special and doodle some interesting designs around it. Oh, I look forward to that. It's going to be so cute. I took my baby plants 2 days ago out of the mother plant and I let them sit and kind of dry up their stems. This way they will be more prone to form roots, and roots are not going to rot when they're not roots. The stem is not going to rot when it comes into contact of wet soil. That's generally recommended practice. But here I am, look at this pot. By accident, I chopped off one of the baby off the mother plant, and I was busy at that time, I didn't know what to do, so I just put it in the pot and forgot about it, and look at it. It is growing just fine. 1 day later, la la la, my hypertufa containers, quirky as can be, and so delightfully not perfect in a way, right? So, because the cement is by its nature very alkaline, they recommend not to use containers right away, but put it into the water and let it sit for some time, because that alkalinity might hurt the plants in case plants don't like alkaline soil. But what I do, I usually I splash these containers with vinegar, and vinegar kind of takes that alkalinity off the surface of containers. This way they can be planted right away. So look at this, as quirky as can be. And echeveria will look so good inside. Ooh, this guy is a little bit too big. Maybe this guy will go here, and smaller folks will go here. Oh, so cute. And look at this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to smear some soil on this hypertufa container for it to be a little bit kind of rustic looking. Now the best part, just anchor it into the soil. A nice touch for my little hypertufa container would be to write a little thank you note or a little note. But you know what? The lady to whom I'm giving this little echeveria, I wanted to write to her, let our friendship flourish as this plant in your home. But then I thought that this lady doesn't have really a green thumb, so what if that plant dies? This little echeveria, as tough as it is. So I will just say, thank you for our friendship. And at the back, strict, direct rules how to take care after this echeveria. First, not to water it very well, and keep it on the sunny location where it gets at least 5 hours of sun would be great. And that's it. And then neglect, and your echeveria is flourishing in the house. Here we go, a very special handmade garden gift, or a thank you note. We will see you in our next video. As always, happy gardening!